What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Jacob and Me podcast show. If you didn't know, this podcast show is where me and my friend Jacob right here talk about what we nerd out on and record it and show it to the world on video games, comic books, movies, and other stuff that we jerk off to. I'm Richard Radia.
I'm Jacob Lloyd.
Welcome back, Jacob. We're wearing the same clothes as we did last episode. Oh my god! Sorry, we decided to split. Oh, you decided, which I thought was a good idea. I didn't think like it wasn't a bad idea, so I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. We should probably just split it up because the last one was just like a Comic-Con thing. Now we're doing some.
Now we're back to more like the regularly scheduled program.
We're going to some real news over here, okay? All right. Sorry, no disrespect to Comic-Con, but yes, this we're going to be talking about some FIFA 19 stuff because we are both FIFA connoisseurs. Did I say it right? Connoisseurs. I didn't say it right. And we're also going to be talking about some news that's been surfacing about the new Xbox console.
Yeah.
And no specific details on that. But before we get into the discussion and through the show, go ahead and like the video because you know you like us. Go ahead and subscribe to the College Avenue channel. And go ahead and share this with your invisible friends. Yes. How are you doing now, Jacob?
I'm doing okay. Every time you say invisible friends, for some reason, what pops into my head is the Ghostbusters theme song. Like, who you gonna call?
My invisible friends. I don't know. I come up with that because like I feel like when you're on the internet, like everyone's invisible.
So it has a deeper meaning.
I guess. Not really. It was like 2 seconds of thinking right there. Like you got.
I don't know. That's deep for you.
Thanks. Anyways, all right. FIFA 19. You showed me a video about them talking about the different stuff. Some of the stuff I already saw in the trailer from E3, but some of the guys went that we've or have looked at that actually got their hands onto the game. Described a lot of it and how much different it is from FIFA 18, which I don't think is probably going to be that much different.
Exposed.
But yeah, FIFA 19, if you didn't know, it's a game based off of soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. If you don't like sports games, that's too bad because I feel like this is not really a sports game. This is like an actual game. In the sense, like, I feel like it has a resemblance of how you can get that addiction to it with like Call of Duty or like a PUBG, in a way when you're playing online, like with the Ultimate Team and stuff.
Okay.
I feel like it's like no other sports game you can really get addicted to it like that, in a way.
I feel like, well, I guess while we're on the topic, I feel like FIFA is one of those that, like, I would feel like most people that play Madden are, like, really big fans of, like, American football. Okay. And were, like, before they played, like, that is what got them into Madden. And, like, I play MLB The Show because, like, I was into baseball already, and now I play MLB The Show. Yeah, but FIFA, I feel like it's one of those things that have, like, except for maybe, like, in the United States anyway, FIFA is one of those things where I think people got into it as a game before they were into soccer.
That's what I mean.
So it's a little bit unique.
That's what I'm saying. It's more of a real video game than an actual sports game. I feel like it doesn't. Sure. I think it doesn't give it justice when you give it a sports title.
Sure. Okay.
But anyways, what do you have there?
I just have their little like catchphrases that they're using for like their different things.
Why don't you say the catchphrase and then we will talk about the catchphrase.
Okay. So we're gonna start with the first catchphrase that makes their new feature sound really cool, which is all they're really there for because they're probably not actually gonna do that much. Timed finishing in FIFA 19. So this is quote. This allows for more precise shooting control to those who master it. Basically, what this is like, say you make a cross.
Yeah.
You have the option of just like, if you play like a normal person on alternate, you press X, shoot the ball, and you score. And then you go celebrate. You do like Fortnite dance or whatever. But with this timed finishing, it's supposed to give you a little bit more precision, but it's like not a quick time event. Like it's not going to slow down the gameplay. But you know how when you like double tap for like a low driven?
Yeah.
It's almost like that, but like the timing of the second tap matters.
Okay.
You're supposed to do it like right before the foot would hit the ball. And it's like, you're like striking it sweet, like, you get that sweet strike where you hit the ball cleanly.
What I'm guessing is like, the closer you or the gap that helps you out the best is like you're hitting it as close as you are to when you're actually gonna hit the ball. The button.
Yeah, so like your player's gonna hit.
So
the
like
ball.
active reload in a way. Like
Yeah, sure.
Like so once you like that.
Yeah, you hit that bar and it's like here.
But the closer you get to it, the better it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But if you like mess it up, you're gonna like miss the ball or like skew your shot really bad or whatever.
But it's only someone that's gonna double tap it though.
It like the actually doing it like requires like a double tap. Like you have to tell your guy to shoot and then you have to do the like timing for the.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how that's gonna work with it. Like, I mean, because you're already aiming. Is it gonna be like we'd have to play it for a while to like figure out like how it works. Then I guess.
What I'm afraid of is that it's gonna be too easy.
Yeah.
And everyone's just gonna be hitting bangers from like wherever, because like they're gonna get that sweet strike on shots that
like
shouldn't
14.
be. Yeah, yeah. Basically, everyone's gonna be getting those like sweet contact, perfect contact or whatever from positions where it would be really difficult otherwise. Like some dude's gonna have like a crazy like bicycle kick, and like they're gonna hit the bicycle kick perfect every time because they had the timing right.
I think the best way of going about it is like the harder the cross in the sense of like the difficulty of you actually hitting the ball should just the time. If you're gonna double tap, like regardless if you are able to master it, it has to be like at a difficulty level to where like you're basically like a FIFA pro. If you're that precise.
I almost wish that there wasn't actually like a perfect spot to hit the button again.
Oh,
like,
so different spots.
No. Where like there is a range, like maybe a very small range where like you hit the ball well, but not perfectly, and it never gets better than that. Like you can't hit the ball better than well.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Because like
just the way the ball is set.
Yeah, whatever. Where it's like you can't just like hit it top corner because you timed it right every time. Like that's just what I'm afraid of. So like I almost wish that like like say that you're using this in Ultimate Team and it's like say active reload, that sort of like system, but like without the line, or it's like you can put it like I don't know, maybe that wasn't the best.
I think what you're trying to say is
there is no line.
Yeah, there is no line, but like regardless of the way you're going to be able to hit the ball, like your positioning of it, and like what's the likelihood of it being a good ball in the first place?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
All right.
I'm like trying to read through this real quick, but there's not really. It's basically just like. Oh, another thing that could also break this is that apparently it actually. So if you're just playing, there's not actually a like visual indicator of when you're supposed to hit the ball. But if you turn the trainer on, like when you click the right stick and it gives you that like, you know what I'm talking about. If you turn the trainer on, it does give you a visual indicator.
Okay.
So I'm really afraid that that's going to be abused.
I think for
online.
I think where how they do penalty kicks online, they'll probably do that where you don't get to see that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
All right, moving on. Active touch in FIFA 19. This one I'm actually somewhat excited for.
Hopefully.
So this is a quote from EA Sports website. Active touch system in FIFA 19 revolutionizes what you can do with the ball at your feet, opening up areas of gameplay that have never been explored before.
Balls on my feet.
This new way of receiving, striking, and moving with the ball, it feels incredibly natural and fluid. Which lets you play in fresh and creative ways.
Fresh.
Get closer control, inject more player personality into every movement, and feel inspired on the pitch with a slew of new tricks, flicks, traps, and feints that make every touch of the ball smoother and more fluid.
Ooh, smoother and more fluid. Yeah. This is the one I think I'm afraid of, but also if I can get it down, I feel better because how some of the guys were describing it in a sense like when you already see the ball and you're like, I'm gonna lose this.
Yeah.
But I think you really have to break it down to like the worst player you have, like the most likelihood that you're not going to be able to get the ball back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you have to that has to be looked at pretty precisely in how that's going to work out. So I think that might benefit the players nowadays that aren't used as much, that are great on the ball. So like this thing might be that benefit those kind of players, which like seems like there's some players and people like they should be good, but they're not. So this might be the difference for those players being more valuable or being more useful.
Yeah, I think that a system like this is only gonna make those like in Ultimate Team, which is
Like
mostly
variety.
what I guess you play more current mode than I do, but like
Yeah.
I'll keep going back to Ultimate Team as the example. So like this type of feature is really going to make those like 85 and higher rated players really feel special because they're going to have like the elite dribbling. You know,
Yeah.
like your Griezmanns and Neymars and Mbappes and people like that. Like they're going to have like the elite dribbling that like will best make use of this. So like I'm just excited, especially like the example that they use in their little article here is called a disguise trap, where basically you like fake that you're going to stop the ball and you let it run and you like turn the corner. So, like I'm excited for things like that because those sorts I mean you can hold RB and like let the ball run, but like your guy's always too slow to react. Like it's like he doesn't even know that he's going to let the ball run. You're like, "Oh wait, I missed it." And like you have to go get it or whatever. Like I'm excited for this. Cuz there are so many situations in FIFA where like if you're able to better control even just the direction that your first touch takes you, there are so many situations where like that's going to be beneficial. And sometimes you just get screwed over by like whatever generic animation that you kind of get, even though you have like a Neymar, Hazard, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Ronaldo, Messi.
Yeah, the only time we're able to get our hands on to do something like this is going to be the demo. So
Yeah.
the week the demo comes out is the week like I think the GameStop Expo is.
Oh, okay.
So regardless, we're not going to be able to get like an earlier access to it, unfortunately.
Yes.
But yeah, that one, yeah, that's what I'm hoping because I feel like that's another thing that's a problem with Ultimate Team is like they make those players like irrelevant. Because then I think you can definitely change the dynamic of the game in the sense like where you're more controlling the ball instead of trying to do Route 1 stuff. So like kind of neutralizes the Route 1 stuff
A little bit.
in a way.
Yeah.
Depending on how you play it. But yeah, that's something I'm hoping I'm gonna like. But yeah.
So the third, and I think the most important of the three like sort of things they announced are what's called dynamic tactics. So basically what this is, they don't have like a little nifty little I guess they're talking about the tactics have been a big part of FIFA for a long time. Dynamic tactics have overhauled the entire system to make setting up your team more important than ever. Your team will execute your approach in an obvious manner so that you can get a visual idea of how it's working on the pitch. So basically what this is, the dynamic tactics is, like, you know, on the D-pad that you have everywhere from, like, park the bus to all-out attack. Like, basically now you're going to be able to, like, have individual settings, like, that you can make pregame or, like, in career mode or in Ultimate Team before you're, like, searching for matches or whatever. And so you'll be able to set a formation, customize the width, customize the depth, like, of your, like, how far back your back line is, how, like, how long they press for, like, whether or not they press,
It's getting real
whether or
precise.
not they just sit back or whatever.
You
So,
might
like,
be able to play Guardiola's system in this game.
yeah, maybe. They have one that's supposedly like Barcelona, where it's like, which I guess is basically, I guess it is Guardiola's system, where it's like if you turn over the ball, there's like your entire team has like 15 seconds of sprinting to like try to get the ball back,
Yeah.
and then if they don't get the ball back, everyone like recedes back into like a defensive shape. But there's this like instantaneous like press to get the ball back, and then if you don't get it, come
Okay.
back. So it definitely introduced this like little bit. They describe it as like chess, where it's like depending on how there's going to be counters for like everything basically.
Yeah, because I have what I run is a 4-2-1-3, basically. It's like over attack basically. So that's because I like my. I'd like to have a cam with a striker, but I also like getting out wide because I feel. Well, maybe I might be able to run a 4-4-1 now if I'm able to push my
1-1.
Yeah, to make that better. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean?
I tend to go with two strikers and a cam formation. So like my favorite, especially for the last couple of years, has been 4-1-2-1-2 with like the wide right and left midfielders. But honestly, the way I see myself using this is maybe for like ultra attacking and ultra defensive, I actually make some significant changes one way or another. But honestly, probably for like the neutral, the attacking, and the defending and defensive or whatever, like the first sliders on either side, it's honestly probably just going to be basically like a different formation. Like not necessarily too much change in tactics, but just like, this formation isn't really working for me. Like I'm not getting through the midfield the way I want to or whatever. I'm going to change formation. Like just do nothing but change shape.
Yeah.
On the fly instead of having to like pause the game, change formation, move people around, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I think it'll especially on the pro scene, I think it's much more likely to be used like that.
Like a lot more. I mean, people are already changing formations regardless from what their original set was because like the chemistry.
Just because of the way that we'll
Yeah.
get in. We'll have a video coming up of like changes we want to see made. That for me, that's something.
But yeah, I don't know. I need to like look at it and actually like see if I actually even want to participate in this kind of like tactic stuff. Because I mean, no, it's a lot of work. You can't really. It's like, it's like me when I was messing around in like NCAA with playbooks and stuff and Madden and stuff at that level to where like I only had like 3 or 4 formations in there, and like that's not a lot. Like I knew like the plays for each of them. Like I knew what I needed to do for each certain situation. So like having that kind of capability is nice. Like the audibles, I would have set audibles for each formation that are different. It's it's a lot. The learning curve for it's gonna have to. My curve's I'm gonna have to definitely dive into it a little bit more. But I like that there's more dynamic to it and not just the plain old.
I like that we at least have the option.
Yeah.
To like get that like next level of depth if we so choose. Although it kind of does sound to me like if you're someone that doesn't set any of this up and you come up against someone that does, I think you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be some sort of like kind of quick defaults for each one of them. I'm sure there will be actually now that I think about it. But like it's something that I think is a much needed change. I think that like I'll use to just do nothing but like maybe I score early and like all I do is like I change it to defensive, but all that is just like changing formation to like keep my opponent off balance, like so they don't get used to like my player's positioning and like how I'm playing and stuff like that. Just to like mix it up. So like I'm really excited for it. Hopefully, I'm sure like if it's something that you're not into, as far as making your own plan for something like FIFA, I mean I guarantee there's gonna be a meta to this. I'm sure like there is in everything basically. Like there'll be at least like a couple like good sequences of settings to have. A month into FIFA, all the pros that are on YouTube, and then like Castro and Nepenthes and Bates and all those people, like they'll put out a video saying like this is how this is my thing, and like a bunch of people will copy that. And
I mean I like the ability like if I'm changing formations to go from like that original formation I just said to like a false 9 because I like a false 9 too. Because I'm comfortable with wingers. There
was that video that I showed you. They did talk a little bit about that. Maybe this was sort of FIFA's response to like the wingback, like 5-3-2 or like 3-4. Like any formation in FIFA that has like those wingbacks. Because like the way the game works right now, you have a hard time really getting those wingbacks forward. So like maybe this was like obviously it's going to benefit other formations as well, but like this was kind of their answer to that, where you can like really control like where you can control like your fullback's positioning. So like you can have like on the attacking setting, like your fullbacks are actually forward, and like only come back so often or whatever. So there's so many different things, and we won't really know how big of an impact because sometimes it feels like when you switch even to like as far as ultra attacking, like sometimes it doesn't really feel like it's doing anything.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like or when you do manipulate something, it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like the flow of the game is actually working.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what's the next one?
That's it. There was just 3.
Oh, okay. I thought there was like what? I thought it was 4 or 5. Or whatever.
So.
It's fine. But yeah, I'm somewhat excited for this game. I'm hoping with these changes, it makes me want to play the next year's edition. This past year was all right. I think I didn't play this FIFA as much, like career mode wise, as usual.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just because I'm busy. But yeah, I'm excited. We'll see what happens. But I mean, that's all we can really do is wait and see, play the demo, try to figure out what we can do differently, and that's it. That's what we can really do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So keep an eye out in the next, probably, I guess, what's today? As of recording? 25th. So probably like a little bit more than a month from now, we'll have the demo. So like sometime between now and then, we'll have a video of like kind of changes that we want to see, that we hope to see in like various game modes. I know that I need to spend like a few hours back in career mode just to like refresh like with some of the, because I have like a lot of little pet peeve things that bother me in that. So like I just need to refresh myself with those.
Yeah. Yeah, and let us know what you guys think about if you're FIFA 19 fans. Let us know what you guys think about these new changes and what you are excited for in FIFA 19, which we'll probably have a video on, like a preview and stuff eventually. But moving on, we got our next topic, which is what it surfaced on the 23rd.
The next box.
It was like, the next box, which I think that article in IGN came out on Monday.
Yeah.
which was a short article to sum it all up. I guess in development right now for Xbox or Microsoft, they're developing 2 new consoles. One has basically what you think a console is today, and an upgrade, like obviously graphics and whatever not.
It'll be an upgrade. I expect it to be an upgrade from the X.
Yeah, and then there is the other console, which is interesting, which is like a streaming. It's like less hardware in a way, but not capabilities, but just it's more reliant on streaming.
Right.
But it also is at a cheaper price point than the other one, so it's gonna be kind of interesting how that plays out. I think that's gonna be a counter for them for whatever like PlayStation does. They think well, we still have this one that's cheaper, in a way. Yeah. So they can still say they'll probably set the price of that console to whatever they want, and then whatever PS4 wants the price or PS5 wants to be, then they can do the streaming one at that price. So they can't just do the consistent price and this is cheaper than this one.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the streaming service is called Scarlet.
Project Scarlet is just the next gen or whatever in general. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's about that time of the timeline of the consoles to get a new console. Anyways.
Right. These are both rumored to be 2020 releases.
Yeah. Which makes sense because, we listen to Colin and stuff. He's pretty good at predicting stuff. And we either get the PlayStation next year or the year after, and the same thing with the Xbox. So that makes sense. So it's been about, what? When did the Xbox? 2012?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Maybe 13.
Yeah. And then,
whenever Black Flag came out.
So basically 7 years of this current gen. And then we will get that. But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting though. Just a streaming kind of way. You're going to definitely have a decent internet connection to even get away with that.
November 22nd, 2013.
Yeah.
Was the Xbox One.
But I don't know. I just don't see how. I get what I guess Microsoft wants to go into that streaming. I think they could probably do it better than PlayStation.
Yeah.
But
although PlayStation kind of already has that with PS Plus.
But maybe that's where video games are going to be going now, since
PlayStation now. Is it PlayStation now? I don't remember.
I think maybe it's a step 2 ahead, maybe because we're still in physical. We still have physical discs. We haven't completely gotten rid of them, and we're in digital, and then going to streaming. I guess I don't know. It's just the way the market is.
I think that there are a lot of people. We talked about this before we were recording. There are a lot of people that don't have the internet for this, but I think we're almost there. Especially in the larger metropolitan areas. We're basically there. As far as with fiber optics and the internet speeds that are capable these days. I think that it's definitely a really big risk for Microsoft, but they're also the company that's in the best position to take a risk like this, I think. Just because Sony itself is basically PlayStation at this point. Whereas Microsoft would survive just fine without Xbox. So I think that what would shy me away from it is that I want to actually own my game. The only reason that I still don't buy physical copies of games is because of the file sharing system. Otherwise I would, because it would be cheaper to do it that way, just because you're able to turn stuff back in, trade it back in for however long that sort of system lasts. And I like just having that physical copy. I mean, that's just me personally. Also, another thing that I'd be afraid of, they did say in these rumors that whatever game could run on the next Xbox system is also going to be able to run on the streaming system. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be the same quality.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to end up playing what's CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk?
Yeah,
2070. I don't want to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 in 720p because I bought the streaming Xbox and my internet sucks.
Yeah. I don't see why you can't, because I know there's streaming services where you can download stuff onto your phone. That's why I like iTunes streaming service, because whatever I want, I just hit download and it download. I mean, I have enough space on my phone.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the better. I would like that option, but if I would have to, I think the difference is a hard drive, really.
Yeah, I mean, and that is how Games Pass works right now. It's they have this whole library of games, but you download them like native onto your not native, but you download it onto your system, so you could play them offline. I think anyway.
So I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I think I would get the more expensive console just because I don't want to deal with the streaming at all. So
I would definitely get the more expensive console just because I'm that type of person that wants like the best performance and the best graphics and whatnot. Xbox might have a little bit of a tricky time marketing it just because like what they've been doing with the X is that like it's the best place to play games because it's like the most powerful system, and like they're not gonna be able to do that if this streaming thing is true. Like it's not gonna be unless you like
best place to stream games.
Unless you have like all the that's what it's gonna be, I guess. But it's definitely not gonna be the best quality.
Yeah.
Even compared to like whatever the PS5 is. I mean, I kind of expect it to be like no better than like Switch quality. And another thing is, how is the game gonna handle like an inconsistent stream? Like, is your video game gonna be buffering?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that.
It just seems like a dumb idea for streaming.
I don't know. It could work.
It could work, but I'm just saying
it's a big risk.
I don't see why you can't just download something on your. I don't know. We'll see.
But the point of it is that like you could just download something onto your like new system or your Xbox One X or whatever. But I think what they're going after with this are people who have a PlayStation who can then for like when I first heard about this, it was like the price range was $100 to $125, maybe as high as $150. I think you said that it was more expensive than anything in the market right now. Right? What the streaming box that they're making?
What
Didn't you say box? The Xbox? What we're talking about, the Xbox streaming thing.
No, it's gonna be more expensive than anything in the market right now. I didn't say a price point. I don't think
so. More expensive than the X?
I didn't say anything about.
Because if it's more expensive than the X, then I'm automatically out.
Yeah,
but if it's say it's like $150, which is what they were talking about on the kind of funny games daily or whatever, was that it was going to be like a $150 price point. Like, you're getting so many people in the door. Like, if you can make just a cheap box that streams well enough, you're going to get so many people in the door buying software that you're going to make money hand over fist.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're after, not like.
I think the problem though is like they have the risk of a PR thing where like, oh, I bought this $150 box and like it doesn't work. I think that's what they.
I think the easiest rebuttal to that is like, get better internet, bro.
Yeah, I guess,
because like it's not going to be there. It's not going to be a hardware problem.
Yeah.
Now, what they do have potentially problems are going to be like servers. Like you can't have it where like whatever streaming, like on launch day or whatever. Right. Or like how Prime Day the other day when like Amazon's website was down.
Yeah, even
like you can't have that.
Like, when everything's like they figured everything out, but like 1 week out of the year, like the whole system just goes down.
Yeah, because like if PSN goes down, like you can still play your like single player and local things, but like if you have no games on your system and all it can do is stream, and like the Xbox servers go down,
woo, goodbye.
There are going to be a lot of angry people on Twitter.
Yeah, there is for sure, and that's I think it goes into my issue of like streaming at the moment. I think we have the capabilities of it, but I don't think everyone has those capabilities.
Those capabilities aren't necessarily affordable too.
Yeah,
like it does exist. You can get like fiber optic, crazy internet speed in some areas anyway. But like you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, you're getting a good deal on a console, but you're not getting the maybe you're paying the difference of it over time in your internet, basically. Or something.
Oh, to like if you were to upgrade your internet for the purposes of that system. Yeah, probably.
But, I mean, you have 2 years to do it now.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, the internet will be better 2 years from now as well.
That is true.
And probably a little bit cheaper.
Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of stoked for a new Xbox, I guess. I don't know.
I'm ready for the new consoles. Although I do think, I do feel, just personally, that there's only going to be like 2.5 years time difference between the X and whatever is coming. If it is 2020, that it does come, and like, for how much the X was, I feel a little shortchanged there. Yeah. The X is great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I do not regret buying it, but like having the next thing come so soon after that, I mean, maybe that's my own fault, but.
Well, I mean, you'll be able to trade it in and everything, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm getting, like, I feel like I'm getting to the point where, like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Okay.
I feel like I want to hold on to it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. Unless you want to do one of those like random pull-out questions.
No, it's too far.
It's all the way over there.
Yeah, I don't really have like a weird question in my head that I can ask you.
Okay.
That I can think of. I did get a new phone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a crap phone X.
Oh, dude, that's so nice.
I mean, but it's true.
I only got it for the emoji thing though. That was my thing.
How often do you use the emoji thing?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't like written it down yet.
How much do you use the talking poop emoji when you use the emoji thing?
Almost every time.
Nice. Although that dragon one thing is pretty good too.
Yeah. No, I think the phone, the two camera thing is kind of interesting. Like the whole screen is nice. It's like I don't know. It's different. I'm still getting used to it. But yeah, I don't know. There's something else I can think we could talk about that I nerd out on.
Alright.
Yeah, there's other stuff in my head that's going on, but like none of it's relevant. Like Saga being pulled off for a year.
Nobody cares.
What else? Haters. But yeah, let us know what you guys think down in the comments down below about the new Xbox already.
The Xbox 2.
Anyone that I talk about it outside of me and you, or like anyone like that really follows like people that would follow, they're like, already? I'm like, yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
One more thing, actually, before we move on, that I just realized, just a quick point, is that none of this matters if all of those first-party studios that Microsoft bought and built don't produce good games.
They just need to make.
They need games. They still need games.
They just need to make one game where it's over the shoulder, third person, have a good writer, and be like, "Hey guys, we got one of these too." we don't
Anything you could do, I could do.
we don't have 5 of them or whatever. How many they have? That's like, hey, dude, it's the same thing.
The thing is, though, as we fall further and further down this rabbit hole, is that like what we're seeing from PlayStation now with like God of War, what's the robot dinosaur one? Horizon.
Yeah. Dark Horizon.
Detroit, stuff like that. Is that all? The PS3 was the tribulation and like struggle for Sony, and like they did basically what Microsoft has done now, and like now we're seeing the fruits of that.
Yeah.
So I think like this next, like all these studios, the 5 studios that Microsoft acquired, we went over it on E3. If you guys want to go back and watch that, the Microsoft press conference, all the steps that they're taking with like Games Pass and the different like gameplay, like the streaming, how easy it is to stream on the Xbox, Games Pass, all the different like searching for groups you can like squad up with people, all sorts of things, like all the different quality of, that's the word I was going for, quality of life like content that they've been adding, like that's all building towards this next generation. So I think we're going to see like PS3 to PS4 is what Xbox needs to do from 1 to whatever the next one's called.
Okay. Xbox 2.
That would be really weird. They messed up their naming, so but whoever named the Xbox One, they need to be fired.
They probably already were.
Honestly, they might have been.
Yeah. But anyways, that's been the show. I know we were wearing the same stuff from the last episode. It's because we're reshooting. It's not weird. But yeah,
We just wear the same clothes every day.
go ahead and like the video because you know you like it. Go ahead and subscribe to the College Avenue channel. And go ahead and share this with all your invisible friends. And we'll see you guys next time on the Jacob and Me podcast show. I've been Richard Verdillo.
I'm Jacob Lloyd.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.